Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I have set up playing review for the Great British Quiz Trivia Quiz game. So in this particular game, there is basically the aim of the game is to get around the British Isles to win. This is a game for 2 to 24 players. You can play it as a team as well, and there's lots of different categories going out here. Now I have actually zoomed in as opposed to zooming out, so we can just zoom out a second just to show you that you can actually see a bit more detail. But what you're looking to do in this game, as you can see the link going on here, is to get around the board. Obviously, you can see where you start. The aim of the game is to, of course, get around there first to win the game. As you can see, a number of different counters that you can play out. So chuck out a couple initially. So if you do like the video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Check out the comments, always the best in YouTube because it does get shared elsewhere. If you're watching this as a short, head through to, of course, watch the full video as well in 4K. So first up, you need to roll a die. So if you ever want to actually support the channel via Patreon, that's available via the description on YouTube. And what you can be doing is actually going through to Facebook, join the discussion there, and also heading through to Instagram, over 3,900 posts. You are going to grab a card. For example, we have got which Norfolk-based nurse was executed by the Germans in Brussels in 1915. I have no idea. I'm going to say Florence Nightingale. I'm going to flip the card over and it says Edith Cavell. So in this case, I did not actually get the points, but never mind. That is basically how it's going to work. As I said, what you're looking to do is be the first to get around there, and once you've done that, you must answer those questions with the fewest slip-ups if you can possible, or sometimes or even shortcuts, as you can see down the bottom as well. So we're going to do, like I said, pick if you're playing as a team or not, high score in the first turn, and then you're going to play around to your left. So you're going to roll that die, as I said, to move the space that you must do it, and there's two different decks of cards that you can play from. So there's obviously this deck here, which says deck 2, there's also deck 1 deck in the box, which you might have also spotted. So what you're looking to do is you draw a card, as I said, you're going to answer that question, and they're on the red side and their answers on the blue side. If you answer it correctly, you can throw again. So I can't, but of course I could have done if it was possible. As with all trivia games, they become dated typically, and in this case I found that there's nothing that stands out for it. Very difficult questions. Luckily that stuff in the 60s I knew the answer to. There's one about what's something in Cornwall was known for, some kind of thing we had no idea what it was, and apparently it was the oldest street in the UK. So good to answer some questions, good to know some answers, but as much as you might want to be discovering stuff like that, ultimately I found that, like I said, there's talk about prime ministers from the 70s. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's of its time, and yes, these games have to sell out like a fast-moving consumer good, otherwise you'll find it's not very interesting. My rating for this game is a 5 out of 10, so that is below average because, of course, the fact that, yeah, things used to become dated and it's a bit annoying, and it's a shame that is how these games still exist. But, of course, they are mass market. People do like trivia quizzes, and what you can just do is take a picture and send these questions out to people and then just play along as you go. So there is at least one advantage, you know, it is very much a parlour game and of its time. But there we go. Like I said, make sure you check out various other videos coming to the channel as well. And again, any other questions, do let me know. But this is going in that Family 8 playlist, the AmassGames playlist. They had a setup, play and review playlist. But that's it for now. And for now, back to the table.